I'm Dan Culhane from WCCO, joined by Pfizer's Dr. Joseph Hammang. You are the Senior Director, Science Policy, Pfizer Incorporated.
That's right.
That wasn't a test, I knew you were. And today we're talking about the R&D process and the value of medical innovation to real people. And the first question I want to ask you is, in the current debate over health reform, cost of care and access to care, two big points, aren't they? Mm-hmm. And what should we be talking about? What should we be talking about as far as those 2 points?
Well, cost of care is something that everyone is concerned about. Cost of health care in this country and throughout the world is rising at a level that some believe is unsustainable. And we have a very important role to play in making sure that health care is affordable and accessible to patients throughout the United States, here in Minnesota, and throughout the world. But access to the health care and to medicines is not a job that the pharmaceutical industry or Pfizer can do on our own. We need to do that in collaboration with governments and local federal governments to provide medicines to patients who need them. And in fact, we have many programs within our industry to provide access to medicines for patients who need them and who can't afford them.
So the access alone is, totally different from getting that actual medication, and you want to get that medication that you're providing to the people. So you're working with the doctors, with the hospitals to get the access to this medication.
That's right. We have programs, again, with just Pfizer alone, and our industry has a collective program to provide access to patients who can't afford them. We don't develop medicines in the industry so that some people can have them and some people don't. We again have to work with government, though, to be able to provide that access. It's not something that we can do completely on our own.
I see. Now, one of the criticisms of the industry is that it isn't being innovative enough. And this sounds pretty innovative to me. There seem to be fewer innovative medicines being developed, or too many copycat medicines, I guess, that are already out there. Is that a fair criticism?
Well, I think it's a very unfair criticism. As a R&D, a person who comes from R&D and now in policy, I can tell you that there's never been a more innovative time within the biopharmaceutical industry. We have more potential programs, preclinical programs, than we've ever had. There is, because of massive investments that have been made at both the federal level as well as within the industry, there are new mechanisms that have been described and are being prosecuted now to bring new medicines to patients. We're making huge advances in cancer. The ASCO meeting in Florida, in Chicago, just finished. The clinical oncology meeting just finished. And there was an enormous amount of positive news across the industry for new medicines which are targeting specific tumors in patients. This is a direct result of a lot of hard work within the industry, but also these tremendous investments that the federal government has made since the early 60s, and of course spurred a little bit when Richard Nixon declared war on cancer back in the early 70s.
Well, what are some of the greatest threats you see to medical innovation itself?
Yes, the greatest threat to medical innovation is our inability to be reimbursed for products. If people don't pay for innovative products, whether they're medicines or cell phones or computers, the industry that produces those cannot continue to do research and development to bring the newest, most effective product, whether it's a medicine or other consumer product. We're seeing concerns about the cost of medicine throughout the world. We understand these are expensive, but innovation, and is very expensive, and because of the time that goes into developing these products, decades in most cases, this drives the cost of our medications up.
We're talking to Dr. Joseph Hammang from Pfizer on the value of medical innovations to real people. I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
I'm Dan Culhane from WCCO.